Grew up in Bridgend. All my rugby growing up, I played in Bridgend Ath and Bryn Teg. I lived there up until I was 15, and yeah, it's a place I keep close to my heart. It's a big rugby town. Just over there you've got the brewery fields. I remember I used to come watch the likes of the Bridgend Ravens and the Celtic Warriors. Some great names like Gareth Thomas playing there, Rob Howley. Just fond memories really. They're born and bred, as they say. My dad came over in 1979 as a bit of the revolution was going on in Iran, so he was a part of it. So his dad thought, you'll send him over to the UK to study civil engineering to get him away from that. But my mum and my dad randomly met. I'm pretty sure it probably would have been a night out in Bangor, and then kind of the rest history. It's very similar countries, like cultures. A Sunday, you have most of your families get together, have a big spread as such, like a Sunday dinner, and you meet as families. I've never been over to Iran. I hopefully get a chance one day, but if I go over there, I'd have to do national service, so it's something I don't want to do, to be honest. There's 9 Lions that have been through Bryn Teg. I remember in year 7, the seniors played in the Welsh Cup final, and all the school went to it. It was Bryn Teg v Llandovery, where Alan Wyn-Jones played as well. So that's probably the first time I saw Alan Wyn-Jones play. Didn't know it at the time, but they call it, well, the rugby factory. As you get older, you realise how special it is. Started here from year 7, big rugby school. Here's my Welsh jersey there. It was against France, 2018, and then next year we got the Lions jersey with, I think there's 9 names on there. Gareth Williams, Rob Howley, David James, Jack Matthews, Gavin Henson, Mike Hall, JPR, Rhys Webb, and myself there on the jersey. So it's pretty special to have that in here. Henson, JPR, Howlers, all them would have played on here. You'd have all the school come out and watch you. You were never allowed to walk on it in the winter, so you used to get shouted at by Mr. Tapper. Bit bigger posts, and they've been painted. It hasn't changed one bit yet. And those bushes, we used to push each other into them. Laying on this is one of them that was kind of like a little Christmas present. We sat down with John Lomu. This is going back at Bridgend now, so he'd done like a Q&A, Christian Cullen and John Lomu, and my dad spent like half hour talking to Jonah. Fair play to him, he gave that time for us. And I was like, obviously in awe, just looking at him. He spent all that time with us, and he's like, oh, one place you need to go if you want is New Zealand, and go to Canterbury. Breed of players that have come from there is amazing. So it didn't go to my Ospreys trials, because my dad said, if they want you, they'll come looking for you. 2 days after my last GCSEs, flew out there, landed in Christchurch. Canterbury Academy, I spent 2 weeks with them. They were like, right, you need to get into college, so went to St. Bede's. Went out there for 2 seasons. The second year, we ended up 3rd in New Zealand. Met some amazing people. Every school has their own haka, so if you're the home team, the away team goes, and then the home team starts. So if it's not a good haka, you start early. If it's a good haka, you kind of give them respect, and then you go. And I just remember doing it once and just heard a loud noise behind me, and I kind of not turn, but I could half turn. I could see all the school was behind doing the haka before we were playing Christchurch Boys High, because it was such a rivalry at the time. I do remember, I won't do it now, but it's kind of special because it takes me back to when I played New Zealand for it was my fourth or fifth cap. And a weird thought process in my head, because it was kind of one of them that if your haka was better than the haka you're doing, you kind of had one up on them. So in my head, when I was playing the All Blacks, I was like, oh, my school's haka is better than that. I don't know why, but it kind of stuck in my head. And yeah, it's one of those things that's pretty amazing to actually do and be a part of. When I came back from New Zealand, I wrote a CV and handed one to Ospreys, one to Cardiff. Ospreys kind of not brushed it, but they were like, oh yeah, just pop on down. And then Cardiff were like, oh yeah, we'll have a meeting, we'll show you everything we do. So that's how I kind of ended up Cardiff, really, playing like 189 games, I think it was, I got told the other day. To actually spend one club, it was pretty special. I've always said to myself, by the time I'm 23, I want to have a Welsh cap. It came in 2013, first start for something that I've dreamt about all those years. It was pretty amazing, but it didn't go as planned because I broke my nose and got knocked out, so it wasn't the best start to an international career. I'm lucky enough to have played so many games for Wales, and then it had that footprint to push me forward for the Lions. And when I saw Gats up the barn in the Vale, I was coming back from my shoulder injury, and he's like, oh, just make sure you do your rehab, you never know. First game, Alan Wynne and Justin Tipperick got injured. I sat there in the house, I thought he's just gone off for HIA, and get a phone call off Alan Phillips. He's like, oh, you got your passport? I was like, well, yeah, I think so. Well, you better get your bag packed because you got to meet at the Vale for 6 o'clock in the morning. You come to meet the boys. I was just grateful for the opportunity to actually just be around the boys, getting called up to actually have my first cap. I was like, please, love of God, just, I don't care if it's 1 minute or 80 minutes, just get me on that field, get me that jersey on and get me that cap. It was a special moment for me to actually put that jersey on because it took me back to Bridgend and to Bryn Teg, the pedigree that my name will always be on that board, and I've played for the Lions, so it was a special thing.
And a late comer to the squad, but well done, 8-5-4 Josh Navidi.
I was so lucky to actually be in that situation, everything I went through to get there, and to actually get called up to the squad late, to actually hold that red jersey and to see the badge and be around the players you're around. It was just a special moment to actually mix with those players and learn a lot from your teammates. Coach is going to pick who he's going to pick, and you want what's best for the team, really. And I think most of the boys were the same, because at the end of the day, you want to win a test series. That's what the goal is. It doesn't matter how you win it. Kind of like you do get a bit deflated, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there, train and prep the team as best as you can. So, to me, I've always said, like, rugby's rugby, it's a game, but at the end of the day, it gives people enjoyment, and it gave me enjoyment. It took me to amazing places, and to actually be a rugby player and to put smiles on people's faces over the years and to interact with some of the people I have, it's given me something amazing that, to me, is something more than rugby. I've always kept my head down, just get on with my job, and always do what you have to be prepared for that Saturday. So yeah, I just want to be remembered as a good bloke and a decent player. So hopefully that's what I am.